Hello everyone! In this video, we are going to talk about the last part of our three-part series about performing Mise'en class for Cookery 10 with the subject code TLE_HECK10VD-III-9. Are you ready to learn? I hope that you are, because this is an interesting topic that you can use in your future. Get your aprons ready. Let's get started. Our objectives are as follows. Identify the different types and characteristics of vegetables. This was already discussed in the part 2 of our three-part series. Explain the principles of preparing vegetables. Perform basic knife cuts of vegetables. On the other hand, these two objectives were discussed, and we have discovered this in the first part of our three-part series. And lastly, for this last part, we will appreciate the importance of preserving the nutrients of vegetables. Quality of fresh vegetables is generally based on the chemical composition or physical characteristics, or a combination of these two factors. Features of interest to the consumers are visual appearance, texture, and firmness, sensory, nutritional, and food safety. Moreover, the ideal characteristic for quality grades will differ with commodity. That is why it is very important to be aware of market standards for each commodity that you are going to prepare. Let us now discover 5 characteristics of high-quality food. In addition, quality determination of fruits and vegetables is at present characterized by the overpowering use of sensory evaluation. There is also content control in the processing industry of some chemical components and packaging and labeling controls. Now we have the minimally processed food items or vegetables. Choose foods that are close to the way they naturally occur. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, dairy, meat, beans, nuts, and seeds. These are easier to digest and tend to be free from fake ingredients. Organic. Organic produce is not sprayed with any pesticide or chemicals. There are no artificial substances added, and nothing is genetically modified. Choose organic whenever possible. Contains real ingredients. A perfect example is natural flavoring. Sounds good, but do you actually know what it is? You may be surprised to know that these natural flavorings are usually artificial additives that are highly addictive and neurologically toxic. Local. Local produce is always healthier than shipped produce. Many imported foods are picked before they are ripe and are delivered weeks after. The longer fruits and vegetables have been cut off from their life source, the less nutrients they contain. Seasonal. Seasonal food is higher in nutrients than food that is artificially grown out of season. Buying seasonal foods usually means the taste will be much better and your fruits and vegetables will be less expensive. Now let's move forward to the factors to consider in choosing good quality vegetables. Good quality vegetables should include freshness, absence of decay or insect infestation, no mechanical damage or injury, right degree of maturity, and lastly, the variety. Now, we will discuss thawing of frozen vegetables. Thawing frozen vegetables are actually a little more complex than the standard method of thawing meats and seafood overnight in the refrigerator. Frozen vegetables are an easy way to include more nutrient-rich food in your diet. They are convenient, have a longer shelf life, and cook quickly. Frozen vegetables are often picked at the peak of ripeness and flash frozen to preserve nutrients and prevent spoiling. So they have much of the same nutritional value as fresh vegetables. If you purchase frozen raw or light blanched vegetables, you may want to cook them and refreeze them so they are much faster to prepare for a quick meal. This process requires some strategy so that you do not lose too much quality or essential nutrients. Here we have cook from frozen. The preferred method of thawing frozen vegetable is to cook them direct from frozen. Bring a little water, 1/2 to 2/3 cup per 16 ounces of frozen vegetables to boil in a covered saucepan over medium heat. Add the vegetables and cover. Separate the pieces as they cook. Continue doing it until the vegetables are tender. Typically, it would take 7 to 10 minutes. To stir fry frozen vegetables, heat a wok or a skillet and add peanut oil or whatever oil is available. Add the frozen vegetables and cook for 5 to 7 minutes until crisp. You can also make use of the microwave. Microwave frozen vegetable is an alternative of cooking direct from frozen. Place them directly in a microwave-safe bowl with 2 to 4 tablespoons of water and microwave it for 4 minutes. Check the vegetables and stir. Continue cooking by minute until heated through. And we have thaw underwater. Defrost exact leafy and bulky frozen vegetables like broccoli, turnip greens, and spinach. Do this by holding them in their packaging under cold running water. Avoid using warm or hot water. Press the packaging lightly with your fingers and thumbs to feel the change in texture of the frozen vegetables to thaw. Open the packaging and briefly drain in a colander before using in a recipe. It is important to cook frozen vegetables immediately after thawing to avoid mushiness. If you also have leftover thawed and cooked vegetables in your refrigerator, you can freeze them within 3 to 4 days, but they may not taste up to par. If you prefer, you can saute, boil, or steam most frozen vegetables without thawing them first. corn on the cob is best stowed in the refrigerator in cold water before cooking. However, leafy greens such as spinach do best when soaked in cold water, or they may release too much water into your recipe. Please do not throw foods, including vegetables, on the counter or outside because it will invite dangerous bacteria which can lead to food poisoning. If you throw vegetables in the microwave, they reach a high temperature that kills bacteria, so you must cook them immediately to preserve quality and prevent foodborne illness. If you have left your vegetables outside of the refrigerator or more than 2 hours, discard them, as they may have developed dangerous bacteria. Washing of all fresh produce must be done using running water or drinking water before peeling, cutting, or eating. Cleaning fresh produce before preserving. Now, first is work in small quantities to prevent loss of quality and nutrients. It is a much practical way if this is done properly. Wash produce with clean running water that is close to the temperature of the produce. If the water temperature is too warm or too cold, any bacteria near an opening or cut may contaminate the produce. So be mindful of that. Number 3, wash and drain produce before removing caps, cores, pits, seeds, skins, or shells. Number 4, wash through several changes of clean water in a sink. Use water at a temperature close to the temperature of the produce. Wash produce with rinds and skins using a vegetable brush under running water, especially those that are tubers or bulbs. Number 6, lift produce out of the water so the dirt is washed off and will not get back on the food. Take note of that very well. 7, do not let produce soak in water. Do not use soap, bleach to wash produce. These products may change the flavor and may not be safe to consume. This ends our 3-part video lesson series about performing Mise'en Plus. If you have any questions regarding this topic or would like to learn more about other related topics, do comment it down below. Please like and share this video to your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sir D. Thank you everyone, and have a great day ahead.